So, are you the one they call Rotom around here? Well, today in this video, we're going to be going over Rotom and we're going to be redesigning it in a way that it could be more competitively viable in VGC standards. So, if you don't know, Rotom is a Pokemon that changes its type based off which appliance it is in, and it also changes its stats. So, Rotom's always been a very interesting Pokemon because of that. And in Gen 4, it didn't actually change its typing. It was always Electric Ghost no matter what appliance you put it in. So when they were giving it its moves that would match the type of what form, they gave it really powerful attacks like Hydro Pump, Overheat, Leaf Storm, and Blizzard, which were all over 100 power. They were very inaccurate, but they did a lot of damage, and you were still able to kind of act like it was a very powerful attack, even though it didn't have stab. But in Gen 5, they changed the types of Rotom's attacks and made it so that Rotom could use Stab Hydro Pump, Stab Overheat, Stab Blizzard, Stab Leaf Storm, and Rotom Fan had Air Slash, which was the only move under 100 power. It was bad in pretty much every circumstance. So today we're going to be redesigning Rotom in two ways. We're going to be changing the signature move of the Pokemon, so Rotom Wash won't have Hydro Pump, and we're going to be changing, well, not changing, but giving in a hidden ability to any Pokemon that is a Rotom form. And this will be simply not removing Levitate, but rather making it so that Levitate is its normal ability, but it has a different hidden ability. Now, let's start with Rotom Wash. Now, Rotom Wash is very interesting. It's easily the best Rotom form and does like Levitate, and as I said before, all these mons will be keeping Levitate. I'm giving them a hidden ability, and I think Rotom Wash's hidden ability should be Storm Drain. Now, I know you're thinking this is completely absurd, this would make Rotom Wash overpowered, but I think it just fits so thematically, and I don't think it would be too strong, and it would make Rotom Wash a really good counter to Urshifu Rapid Strike. And in return, I'm going to change its signature move to Scald. I think Scald is a really good move that not too many Pokemon get, and I think it will be able to keep Rotom Wash in relevancy. Next, we have Rotom Heat. Rotom Heat, I'm obviously giving Heat Wave as its new move. I think it being able to do spread damage would be really good. Stab Heat Wave, while also inaccurate. I think it just allows Rotom Heat to be able to chance to spam Fire-type moves without it lowering its special attack that it would normally do with Overheat. Now, while in most situations Rotom Heat would want to keep the Levitate ability, if there was some format where like ground types weren't good at all and ground type moves were trash, and you wanted to use Rotom Heat, I would give it the Flame Body ability, and I think that's just really good that you could be able to Terra your Rotom Heat into an Urshifu and burn it. Yeah, a lot of these Rotom forms are just going to end up being counters to Urshifu. Next we got Rotom Mow. Rotom Mow's usual move is Leaf Storm, and this is good until it lowers Rotom Mow's special attack, and now you're having an issue. So I'm going to give Rotom Mow Energy Ball. I think it being powered by electric energy would definitely make it a good candidate for the move Energy Ball, and I think just being able to have those stab energy balls after a nasty plot could be really good. So I think Energy Ball is just a move, and it's more accurate than Leaf Storm. And for its hidden ability, I was thinking Hyper Cutter, but Hyper Cutter doesn't really work good on a special attacker like Rotom Mow, and I do want to give it a hidden ability that's pretty good, as Levitate, since it doesn't have a ground weakness, isn't its best ability. So I was thinking of the ability Berserk. Now, this buffs your special attack by one stage after you reach a certain amount of HP drop, and I believe it's 33%. And what would happen is you would take damage and you'd be able to activate your Berserk, and I think it would be really good on Rotom, which doesn't have the highest special attack. I believe it's under 100, and your speed stat isn't the best either, but you have decent bulk. I believe it's like 110 special defense, and then you tank the damage and you'll get your Berserk boost, and now you'll have a usable special attack with your Energy Ball. I think this is really good after nerfing the amount of damage output Rotom Mow could do, but definitely works with its more accuracy that it has after now not risking getting KO'd after a Leaf Storm miss. Next is Rotom Frost, and I'm actually keeping its move as Blizzard. I've used Rotom Frost before. I've had my Rotom Frost team featured on Pokesports. I'll try to link that into the description. And it's just a really good Pokemon. Being able to have in Snow, Terra Ice, Choice Specs, Blizzard, it's like a pseudo Articuno, and I think that's a really good mon, and I think it still has potential, and I think Blizzard is just the best move you could have on it. Because I feel like if you put Ice Beam, it's just too basic compared to other ice types or even water types that just tech on Ice Beam. So I'm going to keep it with Blizzard, and I think the best hidden ability is probably one that could actually utilize it with Blizzard, and I'm giving it Slush Rush. This would make Rotom Frost absurdly fast in Snow, allowing it to spam Blizzards even faster. And since Rotom Frost is considered one of the weaker Rotom forms, and it's my favorite personally, and I want it to be the best Rotom form, I'm giving it Slush Rush. And then lastly, we have Rotom Fan. This one desperately needed a hidden ability. After all, this thing's got Levitate with Air Balloon, and then you have the flying typing. That's a triple ground negate. It's pretty good, and I don't know how I could top that Levitate, but I have an idea. I think if you're able to have the hidden ability Wind Power that was introduced to Kilowattrel, which is when Tailwind is set up or when you are hit by a wind move. I don't know if it includes when you're hit by a wind move. It might just be when Tailwind is set up. You will get charged and you will be able to basically do a powered up electric move on your next attack. You could pair this with a Tailwind user, you'll power up, and I think it just works thematically on the fan Pokemon to give it Wind Power. Do not confuse this with Bramblegast ability Wind Rider, which raises attack when Tailwind is set up. I think this is just a very good ability, and I think Rotom Fan would definitely be able to utilize that. As for its move, Air Slash was pretty bad, and I don't know if I wanted to change it to Hurricane, which was more inaccurate, but if we're pairing this with a mon like Tornadus that would make those Hurricanes 100% accurate in rain, I could definitely see it. But there's just a lack of good special flying type moves that I almost just want to give Rotom Fan Tailwind and give it no offensive flying type moves. So let me know in the comments which of these you'd prefer. And that's all for this video. It's a really short video. Yes, I'm back on YouTube after all this time. I just wanted to make a quick video, so farewell.